Red spray paint splashed over iconic scenes all across KC.
What does it mean, and who would do such a thing? They're the questions police and anyone seeing these images wants answered tonight.
Yeah, and Brad, we believe that the markings are tied to the Peruvian prison massacre stemming from a riot. It started on this date 33 years ago in 1986. That date was written on the Liberty Memorial. 224 people were killed back then. And these are the images years later in 2013 after remains of those victims were exhumed. Lawyers for some of the victims argued at the time that the government secretly buried some of those bodies. KCTV5's Kelly Taylor is live now from the Liberty Memorial with the very latest. Kelly.
Ellen, we've reached out to historians and Peruvian groups to find out more about that prison riot and that message that was left right here at the Liberty Memorial. No one wanted to go on camera to talk about it, but we do know that this is the only World War I museum in the country. And the fact that it was vandalized along with the church and other locations left people seeing red with anger.
Every day it's a struggle. Every night you got to watch things going on to help your neighbors.
Protesters set out to remember a historic day in Peruvian history, but instead it drew communities in the metro closer. Calvary Chapel Church on St. John and Oakley Avenues, the Liberty Memorial, another at Anderson and Gladstone, and a vacant building at 30th and Prospect were all tagged overnight. The messages are believed to be part of a protest over a Peruvian prison massacre that happened 33 years ago on this day. At least 224 people were killed by the Peruvian military. Wendell Hamilton is the pastor of the church that was vandalized.
I'm not sure what they're trying to convey, but when you are kind of destroying and to some case, some might say demoralizing another person's property, trying to bring memory to a sad event that took place, I don't think this pays any kind of tribute to that, because what you done here overrides the memory of what happened there.
Across town at the Liberty Memorial, cleanup crews were called in quickly to try and restore the memorial wall.
This was an opportune location to protest, and that they chose to do it, though, at the National World War I Museum Memorial really is an outrage, given that it's a place of memory honoring those whose lives were lost.
Kansas City police are investigating. The Liberty Memorial and nearby businesses have turned over surveillance video to police. Chief Rick Smith wrote a lengthy blog post about what happened. He says, in part, "This is America and everyone is entitled to their political beliefs. You can protest about them or you can write a blog like me. What you cannot do is harm others' property in the expression of those beliefs." This is the second time in the last 5 years Steve Haith and his team at DSG have been called out to clean up graffiti here. And he's hopeful the memorial will be back to normal soon.
It should soak into the pores of the masonry, and it should get it off. It just takes a little bit of time for it to do its magic.
Now you can still see some red spray paint left behind, and Mid-America Metals is here right now finishing up. And both groups that worked on the Liberty Memorial today are doing this free of charge. Live at the Liberty Memorial, Kelly Taylor, KCTV5 News.